When you look at a picture of a tornado, what are you really seeing? Well, we're about to break down one of the most powerful forces on Earth, just by looking at this one single photograph. Let's dive in.
I'm sure you've seen images just like this one, right? This huge, powerful funnel cloud just carving its way across the landscape. But what if I told you there's a whole story hidden in this single frame? Think of this as our guided tour. We're going to go behind the curtain and unpack all the physics and raw power frozen in this one moment.
All right, first things first, we need to zoom out and just take in the sheer scale of what we're looking at here. This isn't just a funnel cloud. We're witnessing an entire massive weather event with all these incredible forces playing out at the exact same time.
Okay, so this is super important to get. You have to see the bigger picture. The tornado itself, that funnel, that's just one part of the show. The real event is the whole thing, from that enormous dark cloud way up high, all the way down to where it's making contact with the ground. It's all one single connected system.
So where does all this power come from? Let's travel up, right to the top of the image, and take a look at the massive engine that's driving this whole thing.
Just look at that thing. The sheer size and the structure of that cloud up there, it completely dominates the sky. This is absolutely not your average summer thunderstorm. Nope, this is something else entirely. We're looking at the heart of the beast.
And this beast has a name. What we're seeing here is a supercell thunderstorm. Now, the key phrase you need to remember is continuously rotating updraft. It's called a mesocyclone. And that rotation, that is the secret sauce. It's what turns a really strong storm into a literal tornado factory.
And you know what? The photo itself gives us all the clues we need. You can see that vast, dominating cloud structure, and the way that funnel is dropping down from that dark, ominous base. That's our visual proof right there of the incredible rotation that's happening deep inside that cloud. Okay, so we've got this massive, spinning engine up in the sky, but how does it actually connect to the ground? How does it make that terrifying, iconic shape that we all know?
Well, that brings us to the most famous part of a tornado, doesn't it? The funnel cloud. That's the terrifying link between the storm and the ground.
And there it is. That right there is the visible proof of the storm's insane rotation. It's more than just wind. It's a vortex brought to life, stretching all the way down from the cloud base, almost like a giant finger pointing right at the Earth.
So what is that thing really? Well, at its core, it's a column of air spinning violently. And the only reason we can even see it is because of two things. First, the pressure inside drops so low that water vapor just condenses into cloud droplets. And second, well, it's sucking up a ton of dirt, dust, and debris from the ground.
The best way to think about it is like a bridge, or maybe even better, like a giant, invisible power cable. Its only job is to take all that spinning energy from the supercell engine, miles up in the sky, remember, and channel it all down with incredible force to one tiny spot on the ground.
So, let's follow that power cable all the way down to where it hits the ground and unleashes its full, terrifying power. Let's talk about the point of contact.
Okay, now look really close at the very bottom of the funnel. You see that boiling, swirling cloud of brown? That's not actually part of the funnel cloud. That is the ground. It's just a massive cloud of soil and dust and whatever else it's ripping up from its path.
This right here, this is the tornado's footprint. It's the business end of the whole operation. This is where you find the most intense winds, and it's where all that crazy energy from the atmosphere stops being an idea and becomes a very, very real destructive force.
All right, so we've looked at all the different parts, right? The engine, the funnel, the footprint. Now, let's pull the camera back out and put this whole thing into perspective, a very human perspective.
Let's go back to the full picture. But this time, I want you to do something for me. Look at the road on the left. Follow it with your eyes, way off into the distance. You see that little dark shape there? That's a vehicle. And just like that, this isn't just a weather phenomenon anymore. Now it's a scene with a human scale. And that one little detail just throws the incredible difference in scale into sharp relief, doesn't it? On one hand, you've got a storm that's literally miles high, wielding unimaginable power. And on the other hand, our world, a simple two-lane road, a single vehicle. It's the full fury of nature right next to our tiny human perspective.
And that, I think, really gets to the heart of what makes this picture so powerful. In this one single frame,
We're face to face with the immense, totally impersonal power of nature, and it's set right against the fragile, fleeting presence of us.
So what do you take away from this? Is it awe? At the sheer beauty and power of our planet? Or is it terror? At just how vulnerable we really are? This one image somehow captures both of those feelings perfectly. So the real question, after seeing all of this, is, what does it make you feel?